Hello. Time for another Sunday stream. More subscriber hearts, more stream raiders, and another fairy tale. Today, in a bit more than an hour, we are going to read Puss in Boots. But first we are going to start some stream raiders, and then I'm going to keep knitting. So, next battle is here, and then we go over there. I'm going to post my archer. And then I'm going to have a look at what my quests actually ask from me. Assist from buffing, tanks, win battles, war beasts and musketeers. Okay, everything but the archer. Never mind, I will do that from the next battle on. And what I can get my 3 laurels so I don't forget about them. I'm getting some more flag bearer scrolls. And we'll upgrade that one to level 20. You are supposed to sort them by level, thank you. So, if you play Stream Raiders, please join the battle, place your units, link should have been in chat. And I'm going to knit for a bit on this subscriber heart. After I figured out where I am in my increases. Okay, done with increases, need to work a few rounds even. Okay. things were a bit eventful here for the last few days. We got hit by a storm, mostly overnight here, and apparently one of the windows in the roof from the attic wasn't properly closed, so it got ripped off and splashed down right next to our balcony. And today we had some what are they called, the people who do roofs, carpenters, specialized, I don't know what it's in English, but we had them there, and they put down some foil and stuff so it would not rain inside, because it's raining today. But yeah, we are safe. It's we are in the city, in several stories house. We are at the lowest floor, and this is basically just an attic, so it's not affecting anyone in there living or anything. That's probably why the window was left not properly closed, because nobody thought of checking the attic. Hello Moose, how are you today? I was just reporting about our storms here. And well, as you can see, I'm knitting a heart, as usual on Sundays. No, we just had lots of wind. No snow at all. Lots of wind, some rain, some branches blown off trees, and yeah, apparently in our attic in the 3-story building here, one of the windows wasn't properly closed, so it got blown off. But nobody got hurt, nobody is living at that level, so no damage done. We are good, thanks. We mostly stayed at home during the phases when it was really stormy outside, and did our grocery shopping in the quiet phases. It was several waves of storm over a few days, so no power problems or anything else here, so everything good. How about you? You could hear the bulkhead rattling last night, so it was windy here too. Yeah. It was mostly noise that affected us, like some noises overnight, so we woke up, or it was harder to go to sleep, but other than that, everything's fine here. We just spent a lot of time at home. You used to live in an apartment on the 3rd floor, and you swear one time you could feel the house swaying a few inches. Okay, I lived on the 3rd floor, but I never had that happen. Right now I'm living on the ground floor, so no chance. I've been mostly lazy over the weekend. The only thing we did was going grocery shopping when it was quiet, and yeah, other than that, we all relaxed. Well, no, I'm lying. I actually did do some laundry and we did clean the kitchen, but between 3 of us, that's not all that much work. Okay, and now I just kept knitting without doing the increase in the middle, so I have to think back. So, there we go. Doing it right now.
Seems like a stream. Hast du dich nicht mitbekommen?
No. I did not realize my son was sneaking up behind me because I'm wearing headphones.
Ja, du hast sogar in die Kamera geguckt kurz und ich war da drin, deswegen. Du hast sogar auf dein Bildschirm geguckt und ich war da drauf, deswegen dachtest du jetzt nicht mitbekommen.
I'd better wear my headphones this way so I have one ear free, or... Yeah, laugh at me. Poor me just got scared by my own son and you are laughing at me. I can better hear the sounds without you having an echo when I'm wearing headphones, and I'm not getting my USB stick to work, so I will have to find a different solution to get my, not a USB, a Bluetooth stick, to get my Bluetooth headphones to work that are small in-ear ones, and I can easily just wear one. So yeah. Your dad won't say anything, he'll just stand there until you notice him. And then of course you're startled because there's someone there? When did they get here? What's happening? I was too focused on my knitting. Sick family creeping up on you. But I sometimes get my revenge. He sometimes has the door to his room open, so I'm walking in and I'm not trying to be quiet. I'm just walking in and I'm even talking, and then he suddenly notices me there and he almost jumps off his seat. He is so much more jumpy than I am. But of course I haven't told you that, right? We're not going to give away any family secrets here. My shoulder is annoying me. The house always had lots of places to hide. Ours is actually too small for that. I mean, our apartment. We never had a house. My parents have one, so I grew up in a house, but yeah, I did not have any siblings that lived with me, so neither did I. Never had the money to do so, and they are expensive, and I prefer living in a city, so I'd probably rather buy a flat instead of a house if I had the money. Adding a few more songs to the songs I like list, so my playlist is getting bigger. And Twitch apparently can't count, because if I look into my viewer list, I see at least 3 people that are not bot accounts, but apparently I have 1 viewer. Okay, Twitch. Right. Counting to 3 must be really difficult, so we just stop at 1. Yeah, there are 2 where I don't know what it is. One is a bot, but there are 3 people that I know and have talked to in my viewer list. But, nah. But Twitch is always weird with that kind of stuff. That's why I'm usually not too bothered by the viewer numbers. I just was surprised that I am at permanently 1 viewer, and usually there are a few more people around. So I looked at the viewer list, and yeah. Well, Twitch is twitchy. Let's just blame it on that. But yeah, technology sometimes is fun. You're in 6 streams. Well, maybe it stops counting you at some point, but I have no idea because they never tell you how they count it. So you have to keep guessing. Oh, now we are at 2. It's catching up. Maybe it's just a bit slow today. So, almost finished the first half of the top here. And then I can soon check which color we are going to use for the next heart. But maybe I'm just going to work on the hearts on Tuesday as well to catch up, because I still have way too many of them to do. And I don't really have a new project to work on at the moment. Too much stuff to finish, and yeah, not enough time to get something new sorted. This is wrong. Why did I do this? Because I did not pay attention and was thinking about other stuff. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? How do I pronounce your name? Because I'm pretty sure it's not the way I immediately thought of when I saw it, because part of it looks like the German word blöd, that's kind of stupid. J or JB is okay. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty good. Just staying inside because of all the storms going on, but everything is fine here, and well, it's the weekend, so I'm not supposed to do much anyway, right? Weekends are there to relax. So we have 4 minutes until Stream Raiders battle happens. If anyone is here that plays, please join my battle. I have a few units here, but not that many, so come on in, help me. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on knitting subscriber hearts, because I got a lot of gift subs during this month in a few streams, so now I have a lot of catch up to do. They are not large projects, but if you get about 15-20 to do at once, then yeah, it takes some time to get them all done. But they are fun to make, so I don't really mind. I know I have seen you in some other streams, Jay, but yeah, would you like to tell me anything about you, where you're from, if you are a crafter, or whatever else it is you do? I'm always curious to get to know people. It's always great to see where people come from and who all finds my little crafting stream here and joins. Some of them are crafters, some are not, and yeah, I think it's really interesting. I'm going to have one more Stream Raiders battle after this one. Then I'm going to read my Sunday story, which at the moment are Grimm's Fairy Tales, and today it's Puss in Boots. Okay, there we are with Stream Raiders. And I just finished a round. Perfect. Good time to take a break from knitting. There we are. Oh, no. This is not going to go well, I fear. But, well. Let's post a spell for battle over here and hope for the best. And let's see how far we get with our 5 units against 45. Yeah, not far. Well, let's try this again. No need to apologize. We are just going to try this again, and then it will be much easier and work much better. We even have a different map, and there is not nearly as many enemies here. So I'm just going to check. I need to place tanks. Okay, then I'm going to place a tank. And those armored units have 50% reduced attack speed but cause chain lightning when they attack. Chain lightning deals 15 damage to the target and it chains to 2 other targets for 10 and 5 damage. When a unit dies, all nearby units are blinded for 2 seconds. Blinded units miss their attacks. I'm not sure if that's an advantage or a disadvantage. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if it just goes for us or for the enemies too. So, yeah. I'm headphoning so I hear music and sound alerts.
Okay. I just wanted to check if you want another tea or so, but I see you still have.
I still have tea, but maybe coffee?
I can do that.
Need caffeine. This is without caffeine. Fuji tea. So, yeah, new battle is ready. And you know, Moose, that I'm never expecting anyone to actively participate in the stream in any way they can't at the moment or don't feel up to. It's nice to have people to talk to, and it's nice when enough people are in Stream Raiders that we get a win, but yeah, if not, doesn't really matter. Well, Lady Niska joined with an epic unit, so we might have a chance next time. Because her epic units are usually very high level. Hello, Niska. You're here to lurk quietly in a corner with some tea. That sounds good. Yes, I'm doing well. Hope you didn't get hit too badly by the storm either. Not sure if it probably affected you as well if we got a bunch of it. And hello, Andy. Everyone's slowly coming in. So, after the next Stream Raiders battle, there is time for our fairy tale of the week, which is Puss in Boots this week. The storm was not too bad. The fence is missing a plank, but nothing that cannot be fixed. Yeah, kind of the same here. And hello, all crafty, welcome in. What is the fairy tale in German? Der gestiefelte Kater. After that one, I will have to see which other ones I'm going to read, because they are the lesser known ones. I think I'm mostly through the really well known ones. But if anyone knows... thank you. If anyone has another Grimm's fairy tale that you know and would like to have read, let me know. Otherwise, I'll have a look for myself, or we will switch to different kinds of stories, or maybe read some of the lesser known ones. Coffee and chocolate. Is this the one? Yes, we bought a dark chocolate with cranberry, and I'm curious to try it. Very nice. Yes. Yummy, yummy chocolate. My day was pretty good. We slept in a bit. Then my partner helped me prepare goulash for dinner, which we put on in the slow cooker, but proper Hungarian goulash requires lots of onions and lots of meat, so yeah, we were cutting onions and frying meat in small batches and frying the onions, and now it's all in the slow cooker. And by the time I'm done streaming, I will have a perfectly nice dinner. Well, my partner will make some sides, but the stew part of it will be done. Yes, for stuff like stews and such, it's so great because yeah, you don't need to pay much attention to it anymore once it's in the slow cooker. Otherwise, if you do it on the stove top, you need to check if it's not too hot or make sure nothing is burning and stuff. And no, I don't use Streamlabs OBS. I use OBS itself and Stream Elements as my bot. You made chicken broth in yours yesterday. This morning it was all gelatin, just as you hoped it would be. Yes, that's the best kind of broth when it does that. Why are you asking, Moose? Yes. It's really not difficult. It's if you can set up one, you can set up two. You just need to adjust the size, like when you are resizing an image in something, when you do a graphic or something like that. And for each camera you add, you can tell it what it's supposed to use at the source. So if you have two cameras connected, it's easiest when it's different brands. Then it's pretty easy to tell which one you need where, but it shows you the image as soon as you select the camera. So if you have the same one for both, you will notice right away and can select the other one. And I would actually stay away from Streamlabs OBS because they don't even have the permission to use the name OBS, because they don't give away all the options for free and have people pay for something that is supposed to be free for use, have taken all the OBS open source code and are now charging people money for it. And they have been asked not to use the name OBS, but they did anyway. So yeah, I'm not a fan of them. As you might have been able to tell right now. I have my fiber fill somewhere. You downloaded it, but it's confusing. Honestly, Streamlabs OBS is more confusing than the normal OBS. And if you ever need any help, feel free to message me and I will try my best. I'm by far not a pro at this, but yeah. I have been told I'm pretty good at explaining things. So we could talk over Discord and you share your screen and I can help you, or well, we can figure something out. And I actually like helping people with stuff like that, once I know kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, it is a bit overwhelming at first, and I needed some time to sit down with it and figure it out uh, before I dared even use it for streaming. Yeah, if you just go to OBS, free software download, then you should get the free open source program, which is what I'm using, and well, it of course has a lot of options that I probably don't have fully explored yet, but to get it set up so it works for a stream is not that complicated. I'm not a natural at software, but I'm good at Googling what I need in tutorials to figure out stuff for myself. And once I have done it once, then I'm kind of, oh, that's how it works, and then I start experimenting myself. That's how I learn this stuff, but I know not everyone can do that. That's because we are all different and our brains work differently. So yeah, I'm always happy to help talk someone through certain steps. I have done that a lot at work as well when we got new software. Basically, my boss bought new software. I looked up how it worked, and then I gave her the tutorials for everything she needed to do. Because she's around 60, so yeah. Not really natural at using a computer because she started much later in her life than a lot of other people. I mean, we had our first computer when I was in my teenage years, and back then almost nobody had a PC at home. So I was really one of the early adopters of that. Which means I almost grew up with computers. Not as much as my son did, but... hydrate. Well, then let's have some of my by now cold fruit tea. Thank you, Andy, for taking care of me. And yeah, the cloud stuffing made an appearance. And now we are going to weave in ends, and then we'll have a few more, a look at the list and see which the next heart on the list is. And what color we are going to use for that one. Your grandma was always interested in computers. Sam, you had a C64 first and it only got worse. At times we have had 6 people on their PCs at once in the house. Yeah, well, we are not that many people, but yeah, we are 3 people in this apartment, and I think right now all 3 of us are on our computers and online. Steam told me that my partner is playing Lost Ark right now, probably with his brother. My son is doing whatever teenagers do in their room at the computer. I don't even want to know sometimes. Yes, he's playing Lost Ark. Let him be. He can play whatever he wants to play. You gave your grandma an iPod Touch when she was 78 and she loved it. She put all her CDs on it. Oh, yes. Maybe he can avoid dying of boredom. Well, so far it seems to be interesting enough that he repeatedly played it, so it doesn't seem to be boring for him. That is quite a compliment, Moose. Thank you. I don't know her, but she sounds pretty awesome. I especially like when older people are not afraid of new technology, even if they only get in touch with it when they already older. So, but keep an open mind and want to keep learning stuff. And she knitted every day and baked bread every week. Nice. I don't always have the energy for the bread baking and stuff like that, but yeah, it's something I enjoy too. So we have a finished heart. Going to be carefully placed on top of there. And now I need my file. First, this one is done. Now, what else do we have? Number 21. Where are my pictures? I need the old one. Oh, that's this one. That's a variegated one. Nice. Let me get my box of yarn. Oops, sorry. I knocked over my camera. There we go. This is the one. Let's put the box away again. You can't even see the yarn. Because of the 100 artist event. So, before I start the new one, for all the lurking crafters out there, I did a stream on Friday with Frog in the Craft where I started this ATC, which is about an idiom in my native language. It will be cut to this size once I have it completely finished. And yeah, this is one to sew a button on someone's cheek, which means to fool them, trick them into believing something like that. And I'm going to exchange that with Frog in the Craft. and she is actually having a ATC swap where everyone can join to make one of those ATCs in whatever craft or art style you would like to work in. It can be digital art, printed, it can be hand drawn, painted, paper crafts, embroidery, sewing. She did needle felting, crochet, knitting, collage, leatherworking if you do that, woodworking. I have seen so many different things. So if you want to do something like making a representation of an idiom in your native language, whichever that is, then maybe have a look at her Discord. And there is a channel for ATC swap, and it would be great if another few people would sign up so we could have a nice big swap around the world with those cards. They are small, they can be sent in an envelope, so cost is held at a minimum for shipping. And I think they are great fun to experiment with styles and different crafts and things, because it's just on a small scale, and if your first attempt doesn't turn out right, well, you just do another one. Because there's not that much time involved that you can't decide to just, make another one. The deadline for the swap is by the April 20, if I remember correctly. I would have to look it up. And she wants to assign partners today, so it would be great if one or two more people would join. Link to her Discord is in the chat. We already have a few interested people, and really it doesn't matter what your craft or art of choice is. Just try to think out of the box. I would never have thought that I could make an ATC with my crafts. And then I started Googling. And then I saw so many creative ones done with yarn and fabric and everything. So yeah, I got some ideas and it's really fun. And I mean, until April 20, we have a lot of time to finish our cards and get them sent off. So now we are going to start the next card before we have the Stream Raiders battle. Something is making my nose itch. And then we are going to read our fairy tale after that battle. Speaking of battle, please place your units if you haven't done so yet. Thank you for the epic, Andy. I haven't checked yet what it's looking like, but a lot better than the first attempt. Great, so we should win this one. And then we can walk towards the, I think it is a skin chest. No, not a band from the 90s. ATC as in Artist Trading Card. And an artist trading card is a small piece of art with the set size of 2.5 to 3.5 inches. Can be done in any medium and is only for trading, as the name says. They cannot be sold. So, battle going to be started in a moment. I just want to finish this round because it's the annoying fiddly one at the beginning. And then I'm done with that stuff, so I don't need to get annoyed once I pick it back up. So, there is Stream Raiders. As I said, looking much better. Putting this in the middle here, because we probably meet here for battle. And start our battle. Go! Yes, 23 is much better number than 5 allies, so there we go. And the enemy number is going down. I can't see a thing with all happening in one place, but we seem to win. That's the only thing that matters. There we go. Most kills and most assists, Lady Niske. 5 gold for everyone, 10 extra gold for Lady Niske, and 1 Paladin scroll for Moose. Congrats! So, silver chest, and yes, then we have a skin chest. So, they are defending here. Ooh, those are level 20 units. Okay. Then I'm just going to place my other tank here. And am collecting my reward from the quest. Okay, and after that, war beasts and musketeers. We'll have to see. So, there we are. Please join me. As I see, first units are getting placed. Perfect. With Lady Niske, not a problem. So, and now we have a bit of story time. Going to turn the music off so it will be easier to focus on the reading. There we go. I have my story up. first stretching a bit and drinking a sip so my voice doesn't crack in between. And you're going to get me in bigger. Ooh. Hello, Peppermint Cutie. You are just in time for our Sunday fairy tale. I hope you are doing good. You are still worried after the raid Lady Beniske taked over. You were not able to write any chat message due to verified users or something like that. So you can maybe tease Lady Beniske in this chat. Oh, yeah, you maybe need to have your phone number verified. It's possible that she set that up for security reasons. But yeah. Now let's start with Puss in Boots, a fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm. A miller had 3 sons, his mill, a donkey, and a tomcat. The sons had to grind, the donkey had to get grain and carry flour away, and the cat had to catch the mice away. When the miller died, the 3 brothers divided their inheritance. The oldest received the mill, the second the donkey, the third the tomcat. Further was nothing left for him. Thereon he was sad and spoke to himself, "But I have gotten all the worst. My oldest brother can mill, my second can ride on his donkey. What can I start with the tomcat? Let me make a pair of fur gloves of his pelt, so it's over." "Listen," said the tomcat, who had understood everything what he said. "You do not need to kill me to get a pair of bad gloves for my pelt. Let only a pair of boots be made for me, that I can go out and be seen among the people, then you will soon be helped." The miller's son was in wonderment that the tomcat so spoke, but because the shoemaker just walked by, he called him in and let a pair of boots be measured for him. When they were ready, the tomcat put them on, took a sack, made the bottom of the same full of corn, but on the top put on the top a string with which one could pull it close. Then he threw it over his back and went on 2 legs, like a human, out the door. So it seems to have been imported with a scan and text recognition, and some words are just wrong in there. That's why I'm stumbling so much. This one is a bit worse than the other ones. So, yeah. In those days reigned a king in the land. He liked to eat partridges so much. There was a need that none were to be gotten. The whole forest was full, but they were so shy that no hunter could reach them. The tomcat knew that and considered to do his matter better. When he came into the forest, he made the sack open, spread the corn apart, but the cord he laid into the grass and let it behind a hedge. There he hid himself, snuck around, and lurked. The partridges soon came running, and one after the other hopped into the sack. When a good quantity was in it, the tomcat pulled the cord closed, ran to and twisted the heads around. Then he threw the sack over his shoulder and went straight away to the king's palace. The watch cried, "Halt! Where to?" "To the king," answered the tomcat quickly. "Are you crazed? A tomcat to the king?" "Just let him go," said another. "The king has often boredom. Maybe the tomcat makes him amused with his humming and spinning." When the tomcat came in front of the king, he made a reverence and said, My Herr, the Graf. With that he named his long and distinguished name, lets himself be recommended to the Herr King, and sends him these partridges that he just caught in slings. The king, astonished over the beautiful fat partridges, knew not out of pleasure how to contain himself, and commanded that the tomcat be given as much gold out of the treasure chamber into his sack as he could carry. That bring to your Herren, and thank him again many times for this gift. Okay, this one is difficult with random German words thrown in. I hope you are having fun listening to it anyway. Okay. But the poor miller's son sat at home at the window, supported his head in his hand, and thought that he had spent his last for the tomcat's boots, and what large things will he be able to bring back? Thereon the tomcat stepped in, threw the sack from his back, untied it open, and shook the gold in front of the miller. There you have something for the boots. The king also greets you and says many thanks to you. The miller was glad over the wealth without understanding rightly how it came to be. But the tomcat, as he took off his boots, told him everything. Then he said, "You do have money enough now, but it should not stay with that. Tomorrow I will put my boots on again. You will become richer still. I also told the king that you are a Graf." On the next day the tomcat went, as he had said, well booted to hunting again, and brought the king a rich catch. So it went all days, and the tomcat brought gold home all days, and was so popular as one by the king that he was allowed to come in and go out and prowl around in the palace where he wanted. One time the tomcat stood in the king's kitchen by the stove and warmed himself. Thereon came the coachman and cursed, "I wish king and the princess were at the executioner. I wanted to go to Wirtshaus and drink once and play cards. There I should drive them spazieren at the lake." As the tomcat heard that, he snuck home and told his Herrn, "If a Graf you want to be and become rich, so come outside with me to the lake and bath yourself therein." The miller did not know what he should say to that, but followed the tomcat, went with him, undressed splinter naked, and sprang into the water. But the tomcat took his clothes, carried them away, and hid them. No sooner was he finished with that, thereon came the king driving by. The tomcat immediately began pathetically to lament, "Ach, all merciful king, mein Herr bathed himself here in the lake. Thereon a thief came and stole his clothes that lay on the shore. Now the Herr Graf is in the water and cannot come out, and if he stays in longer he will catch cold and die." When the king heard that, he called halt, and one of his people had to chase back, and of the king's clothes bring back. The Herr Graf put on the magnificent clothes, and because the king anyway for the partridges that he thought to have received from him held his worth, so he had to sit with them in the carriage. The princess was also not upset over it, because the Graf was young and handsome, and she liked him quite well. But the tomcat went ahead and came to a large grass field where over 100 people were making hay. "Who does this grass field belong to, you people?" said the tomcat. "The great magician." "Listen, the king will soon drive by. When he asks who the grass field belongs to, so answer the Grafen, and if you do not do that, you will all be struck dead." Thereon the tomcat went further and came to a grain field, so large that no one could oversee it. There stood more than 200 people and cut the grain. "Whose grain is this, you people?" "The magician." "Listen, The king will drive by now when he asks who the grain belongs to, so answered the Grafen. And if you do not do that, you will all be struck dead. Finally, the tomcat came to a magnificent forest. There stood more than 300 people, felled the big oaks and made wood. Whose fault is this, you people? The magician. Listen, the king will drive by now when he asks who the forest belongs to, so answer the Grafen. And if you do not do that, you will all be killed. The tomcat went still further. The people all looked after him, and because he looked so wonderly and as a human walked in the woods, they were afraid of him. He soon came to the magician's palace, stepped boldly in and in front of him. The magician looked at him contemptuously and asked him what he wanted. The tomcat made a reverence and said, I have heard that you could transform yourself into every animal you chose by your own will, what a hound, fox, or even wolf concerns. That I will well believe, but of an elephant that seems to me quite impossible, and therefore I have come to convince myself. The magician said proudly, that is a trifle to me, and in that wink of an eye was transformed into an elephant. That is much, but also in a lion? That is also nothing, said the magician, and stood as a lion in front of the tomcat. The tomcat made as if startled and cried, that is unbelievable and unheard of. The same I would never have dreamt of coming into my thoughts. But more still, all else it would be if you could transform yourself into such a small animal as a mouse is. You can certainly do more than any other magician in the world, but that will be certainly too high for you. The magician was very friendly from the sweet words and said, Oh, your dear cat, that I can also, and sprang as a mouse around the room. The tomcat was after him, caught the mouse with one jump, and ate him up. But the king was still driving spazieren with the Grafen and the princess, and came to the large field. Who does the hay belong to? Asked the king. The Herr Grafen, cried all, as the tomcat had commanded them. Thou have a pretty piece of land, Herr Graf, said he. Thereafter they came to the large grain field. Who does the grain belong to, you people? The Herr Grafen. Aye, Herr Graf, large, big estates. Thereon to the forest. Who does the wood belong to, you people? The Herr Grafen. The king was astonished even more and said, Thou must be a rich man, Herr Graf. I do not believe that I have such a magnificent forest. Finally they came to the palace. The tomcat stood on top of the stairs, and as the wagon stopped below, he sprang down, opened the door, and said, Herr King, thou comest to the palace of my Herr the Graf, that this honors him and makes him happy his life day long. The king stepped out and marveled at the magnificent building that was almost larger and more beautiful than his own palace. But the Graf led the princess up the stairs into the hall that was shimmering with gold and precious stones. Thereon the princess was promised to the Graf, and when the king died he was king, but the booted tomcat became first minister. The end. Sorry, this was really a pain to read because the text recognition has stuff in there. When it meant he took it off his back, it read he took it off his heck. And I had to correct that while reading it and making sense of what on earth is meant by it. The other stories weren't nearly as bad as this one to read. Oh, I know which one we read next week. Next week we will read The Singing Bone. I just saw that in the list and I happen to like it. 9. Andy, off his back. He took something off his back. And it read off his heck. It's a fairy tale, not that kind of story. Okay. It's a good thing that I never look at my subtitles because text to speech to text and all that stuff is not working well. And Bindero, I'm sorry to hear that, but it will be in the VOD after the stream, so you can catch up on it later if you want to. Singing Bone, I found it in the oh, I know why I never look at what it makes of my words. Never ever. Oh my god. Twitch, go home, you are drunk. Yeah, it's not Twitch, it's my closed captions. It's actually a separate site that does it, not Twitch, but yes. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. As usual, I'm going to run a 1-minute ad while I'm on break. So, if you need to do something to take care of yourselves, stretch, get a drink, use the bathroom, get a snack, whatever else it is, now would be a good time to do so. I will be back in a few minutes, and until then, please behave and don't do anything I wouldn't do in chat. So, I'm back. You learned a new word today, tomcat. You didn't know that? So, just a reminder, please place your units in stream radars. Four more minutes, then the battle is ready, and I'm going to do some more knitting in the meantime. So, hello Aspa. I hope you're having a great day. As well as everyone else who joined in the meantime. Bindiro, Peppermint Cutie. That's good to hear, Aspa. I just finished reading my fairy tale and took a quick break. And now I'm back to knitting, not reading. Another subscriber heart. Just started it before reading the story. This one was a pain in the butt because the automatic text recognition when you scan documents put in a lot of mistakes, and there was some random stuff like Herr Graf and stuff in German in the middle of the English story. But yeah, you can find the story in the VOD. I usually start at around 5, between 5 and 5:15 with the story. So for future Sundays, if you want to catch the story, that is the time when you should be here. For everyone in another time zone, so about 40 minutes ago, a bit later. Whatever time that is in your time zone. Oh, my nose is itching. You'll rewatch it for a bedtime story. Great. I really need to find the time next week to work with my video software a bit and cut out just the stories and upload them on YouTube. I wanted to do that for a while, but my lack of energy and the amount of other stuff to do that was more important just made it be put towards the back of my list. So, is anyone crafting, doing art, or doing something else while watching today? Okay, our next battle is already about to start. You're eating cookies. Well, that is very important. Treating yourself is important. So, then those are level 5, those are level 10s, and we are going to curse this part of the enemies. And go! Not quite as many units on our side as last time, but I probably distracted you too much with the badly written story. And don't worry about it, Peppermint Cutie. Every unit helps, and there might be some kind of strategy behind it, but yeah, every little bit helps. If it's your first time, your units are level 1, so they won't do that much, but yeah, they help. See, and we are winning. It's been close, but we are winning. Most kills and most assists, Victoria V. 6 gold for everyone, 1 Buster Scroll for Amanda Picagis, 2 Saint Scrolls for Esper, and 50 extra gold for Bindiro. Congrats! And I get to collect more stuff here. And I can upgrade a unit. Good. So now we are going here for a loyalty skin chest. Let me know if you get a skin from it. And we are fighting. Let's see. I'm supposed to play. This is my war beast, yes. That's good against a lot of those units, so I'm going to place my war beast. As I'm supposed to. And yeah, please join me, place your units. Don't try to overthink it. And Peppermint Cutie, if you go over your units at the bottom, you will see green swords over some units, and that will tell you which enemies are susceptible to attack from that unit. So you can see which of your units works good against most of the enemy units. Just as a little hint. So, now more knitting here. Yeah, it can be pretty confusing at the beginning, but don't try to overthink it too much, because it's just a stupid game to do together, and if you enjoy it, keep playing. If you don't, then stop. It's all just for fun. So I'm slowly making my way through my list here. Since you were mentioning eating cookies, I should eat a little bit more of the chocolate my partner brought in. And since there's a few more people around right now, I wanted sorry, I wanted to mention it again. You might have been here on Friday when I was streaming with the Frog in the Craft, and we were doing artist trading cards to swap with each other. Sorry, something got tangled up here that distracted me. Anyway, she is doing swap for ATCs in her Discord with the theme idioms from your native language. I think Aspa has already signed up for it. I'm going to make another card to swap with someone else, and it would be great if maybe a few more people would be interested in it and sign up. So I'm going to post the link to her Discord again. So, and for those that don't know what I was talking about, I have started this ATC, and the idiom in German, if you literally translate it, is to sew a button on someone's cheek, and it's to fool someone, to trick them, and yeah. Frog has done to comb a giraffe, which in French is do something useless and time consuming, or to procrastinate. And yeah, I have a few more ideas for cards, and I'm going to do one of them for the swap. And if someone else wants to join us, please do so. ATCs are artist trading cards. They are at the size of 2.5 to 3.5 inches, are small pieces of art that can be done in any medium. I'm doing mine in embroidery and kind of collage with different fabrics, or adding ribbons or lace or whatever fits the thing I'm making. Frog did hers with needle felting. I have seen them done in leather, painting, drawing, paper crafts as collages. It could be a digital art printed out. Basically, whatever you do to make your craft, acrylic pours, alcohol inks, whatever you can think of and whatever medium you use to create in, you could use to make an ATC. And Andy, you are not going to sign up. What a surprise! But you said you have a crochet set that you should work on at some point. You know where you can find people to help if you run into problems. And yes, that might have been a mistake to tell me about that. So I'm probably going to stop streaming after the next Stream Raiders battle, even though I haven't been on for that long today. But brother-in-law will be over for dinner at 7, and then it will be about going close to 6:30 by the time I have found someone to wait and have waited in and chatted a bit, and then I can make sure everything came out the way it's supposed to be and everything is nice, and if necessary I can still season and add some stuff. So brother-in-law is not disappointed when I promise him nice Hungarian goulash and then he gets some tasteless stuff. I do not want that. I like to feed people, but I like it to be good food that I can be proud of. And we have my brother-in-law over quite regularly because he lives about 5 minutes away from us, and well, he's living on his own. We are already cooking for a family. It's not that much more effort to cook for one more, and it's much more fun to eat in a group than eat on your own, so we invite him quite regularly. Good for him, so he's not on his own all the time. And he's probably getting fed much more nicely than if he's left to feeding himself, because he's not good at cooking. He mostly makes packaged stuff and yeah. But he's not brave enough to start learning. Not quite yet. But I talk him into it at some point. We just have to cook together at some point. Haven't progressed that far yet because he actually has some problems with people that he does not know that well. And well, I just moved here last summer, and he needs some time to get used to new people and accept that they accept him and all his weird problems, and needs to accept our weird problems, because that's just how family works. And he's not used to have any more family than his brother. So, big changes. And as per you are right, it's always better to eat together. If I have to make food just for myself, I usually go for whatever is fastest, least effort, because it's not much fun to eat it on my own anyway, so. So has anyone done something exciting this weekend? I haven't. With the storm, the only thing I did outside the house was go grocery shopping when it was a bit quiet in between during the day. And, well, the usual chores and stuff, but I don't count that as exciting. More like, unfortunately necessary. Not much, just crochet and gaming. Yeah, it sounds a bit like my weekend. After I was done with the cleaning and grocery shopping, I watched some Twitch and was crafting, and I did read a bit and stuff like that. Just relaxing. And there was a musical at your daughter's school this weekend, and several of her friends are in it, so you took her to see that last night. Oh, nice. What was the musical? And did you enjoy it? I quite like musicals, and so does my son. It's the Addams Family musical, characters from the old TV show. Oh, it was kind of fun. That sounds fun. Definitely like something I would want to watch. And yes, I have watched Hamilton. That was great. It's usually not my kind of preferred music, but it was so well done, so awesome. I wish I could have seen it at the theater. Because it's just not the same to watch it at home. And thank you for the follow, Alicia Barker. Welcome in. Make yourself at home. If you feel up to it, let us know where you're from and what kind of things you are doing, or just slip back into the lurk whatever feels right for you. And as per maybe one day, yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'll have to get back checking on whether there is some National Theatre live happening here in Cologne, where they show the National Theatre productions on cinemas, because that is the second best thing to actually watching it, because it actually is a live from the play being shown at that exact time. Just it's with several cameras, so you get other angles, but you sit there with an audience, and it's much bigger than you get it at home on your screen, and that's quite a fun way to enjoy some plays or musicals that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see. And yeah, it plays or played in London. I'm not sure if it still does. But for the last few years, getting to London was a bit difficult for some reason, and it's not going to get easier. And Alicia Barker, mainly you crochet and you knit and you are doing diamond painting. Nice. I knit and crochet and do some embroidery. And what is on top of the difficulty getting to London? It costs money to get there. You need to stay there overnight, plus the ticket cost and everything else. So it's quite expensive to go there just to see a play. Well, enjoy your lurk. Maybe I'll see you later. So yeah, for Alicia and anyone else who is new here, I don't just knit and crochet, I design patterns for them. Everything you see down here is stuff I have designed and where the patterns are available online. In the chat there's right now a link to my website where you can find my free patterns, and it has a link to the store. It's pretty new, so there is not that much in the blog yet, but yeah, if you want to have a look, please click the link and look around. So I now need to recount my stitches just to make sure I did not miscount. Okay, yeah, this is correct, but I still have a few increases to go. Let's see if I can get them done before I'm ready to wait out, so So, oh, I haven't even shown you. I wanted to do that after the story and then forgot. Aldi seems to have art and crafts week at the moment, and I bought a few fun things. Some patterned cardboard, for example. Oh, hello Lady B. Just in time, I was just showing off my purchases. I can use those for backgrounds, for ATCs, or for my bookmarks and such. Thank you for the follow, Miss Hedgie. Welcome in. Hello. If you're up to it, please let me know a bit about where you are and who you are and where from. Correct order of words helps. But yeah, Lady B, I bought a pouring set. The trend technique in acrylics, it says underneath. It has 4 colors, yellow, red and blue and white, and 2 bottles of pouring medium, and instructions, it says. I just need to decide what to experiment on, but I could not resist the set for little money and to try it out. And I might have some other acrylic paints in a large enough quantity to add. I definitely have some black, and I'll have to see what else I have left. So, Miss Hedgie, you are in the central US and you crochet and knit. Nice! Then you fit right in here. I knit, I crochet, and I do some embroidery. I'm from Germany. Today I'm knitting subscriber hearts. That's things like those. Every first time subscriber can pick a yarn from a list and I will make them a heart. And everything you see down there are things I have designed and sell the patterns for. And yeah. I live here with my 17-year-old son and my partner, both of which sometimes appear on stream. My partner usually to bring me something nice to snack on, like this wonderful chocolate or coffee to sustain me. My son to annoy me and entertain the stream with me. So yeah, be prepared for some random chaos here. You are currently making a 90-inch blanket. Wow. Chaos is motivation. Yes, I could not live without my chaos. So yeah, if anyone has something they want to show off, that they have made, please feel free to post a link to a photo you have to your Instagram, or you can join my Discord and post it in the crafts or art corner, depending on what it is you have made. Here is the link to my Discord. If you feel like joining. And oops. oops, we have a Stream Raiders battle ready, because yes, that is something we do here. We play Stream Raiders in between crafting. And on Sundays I usually read a story about an hour after I start streaming. I start at 4 p.m. Central European Time, which is about 2 hours ago in your time zone, and the story will be read at around 5:15, which is about 1 hour ago. Just so if you are interested in that you know when those things happen. Otherwise, there's mostly crafting and chat, and I think we have by now talked about basically everything. And this is a safe space here, which means it is okay to talk about not being okay, about struggling with things, whatever it is that's going on in your life. If you need to vent and need someone to listen, then that is fine to do here. But now we have Stream Raiders. So let's give us a bonus in battle, maybe here. I think the battle could happen here. And then start the battle. Now, this is looking good. We are decimating the enemies. There we go. And we won. Most kills were done by me. Most assists by Chicken Sandwich UK. 8 gold for everyone. 200 gold for Andy. 1 Centurion scroll for Moose and 2 Musketeer scrolls for Esper. Congrats! With that, we are done with Stream Raiders for today. I'm just going to collect my stuff and see what else I can do with my money. Let me see. Nothing I want to do, but I have lots of laurels to get some chests with. One more. There we go. You are down to 10k gold, so you're poor as hell. Oh yes, you are so poor. I don't believe a word he says. And more to collect from the campaign. So, next time we are going to continue our battle and make our way towards the boss chest. Today I have to end a bit earlier, but I'm going to check the blanket here first. Ooh, that looks very warm and soft. Just look at that. That looks very snuggly. It probably will be a lot of work, but it looks like it's going to be nice and soft and warm when it's done. Let's see. Lots of other nice things. There is something rainbow, a rainbow scarf. There's some bead stuff. I like it. I just followed you. It's self-weighted. Yeah, I would think so. It looks very thick and warm and of course weighty, but yeah, that's a good thing. I like it when I can feel the weight of my blankets. I don't have a proper weighted one, but I like that. So let me see who we can rate today. Who is doing crafts? We are going to rate an artist from Israel who is very nice and very talented. We haven't rated him in a long while. His name is Amir. Sorry. That was too fast. I could not mute myself. My apologies for the loud noise. Thank you, Andy. So yes, we are going to rate Amir. He is a very great person, talented artist. Here are your rate cards. The first one can be used by everyone. The second one is for subscribers only. And if you actually are a subscriber, unlike my bot, it will look like this. So I would like to thank everyone who was here. Thanks Alicia Barker and Miss Hedgie for the new follows. I hope to see you again, even though yeah, you didn't spend much time here today because I'm ending the stream pretty early. I will be back on Tuesday. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do on stream then, but yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everyone, and I hope to see you again. And thanks for being here, no matter how you enjoyed the stream, whether you talked to me or lurked, played Stream Raiders or not. I enjoy everyone being here and am happy that you have some fun with my stream. So, see you soon. Bye.
Oh my, Red and the Wolf, raiding with a party of 13. Hey Red, hey Raiders, how you doing? Let me give you an SO.